Welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm TheMonk, and today I'm here with a review on Yakuza Kiwami 2. So, Yakuza Like a Dragon comes out later this year, and I wanted to get back into a Yakuza game. Now, Yakuza games haven't been on Xbox ever, but yet this year we've had, I think, 3 been added, and of course Like a Dragon's going to be added as well. So we Xbox players finally get to play Yakuza. Now, I originally played Yakuza back on the PlayStation. I believe I played the original Yakuza game, and I absolutely loved it. Now, of course, I played this game in the 90s, I believe, maybe early 2000s, but I really did enjoy, the whole style of the game back then. I really got into it. I liked learning about the Yakuza, and I liked the street fighting and the interactions and stuff like that. So I figured I'd jump back in anyway, as I'm looking forward to playing Like a Dragon. And Kiwami was made or Kiwami 2 was made in 2017, so it's a pretty new title. In fact, it came out very late in 2017, so it's only a couple of years old. It was developed by Sega, and it currently runs at $14.99. So my thoughts on this game, I'm actually a little bit disappointed, because although I loved what I played back when I played it, I was expecting a lot more. And for me, unfortunately, I understand that this is a remake of a game that was made a very long time ago, and so they've kept it very close to the remake, or to what it was made from. I do get that, but it did feel very arcadey, extremely arcadey, to the point where you don't really need to think about what you're doing. It is just a bat and smashing game. At the beginning, it gives you a tutorial of all the different combos your dude can do, and in the end, it really doesn't matter. Smash X a few times and mix in a few wires, and you're all good to go. Now, for me, the bit that I enjoyed in this game the most was the mini games, and there's a lot of mini games. I don't even think I've played all the mini games in this game, and that's after completing this game. And by the way, this is quite a big game. You're talking, you could probably put in 80 hours or more. If you want to rush through the story, I'm sure you could rush through the story. Yeah, but this game has a lot of mini games in it, and some of them were quite fruity. And games like Virtual Fighter, I mean, that was a blast. I love my Tekken and stuff like that, so I had to go on that. But yeah, I think the best point about this game is probably those mini games, to be fair. The combat it can be entertaining. The weapons are a bit lackluster. Lackluster. You attack people with katanas and swords and knives, and you never really see any real impact in those weapons. Maybe, I don't know. For me, I was just disappointed. I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting the game to have developed a lot since the last time I played it, and so I really do hope that Like a Dragon comes out and mixes it up a bit, really. I feel like it definitely needs something else. There are far too many cutscenes in Kiwami 2, to the point where I think 45 minutes into the game, starting this game, I still actually hadn't taken control of my character, because there were so many different cutscenes, and they were trying to give me so much story and so much context. And I get that, I do understand that maybe if you have to explain so much so early, you've already failed. But this see that this game is full of little snips like this, where the bathroom game, where you unleash your flow and you have to try and beat an opponent. I mean, apparently that really is in Japan currently, and I think a big point about this game is it does actually show you some of the Japanese culture and just how eccentric they really are. Just like that bathroom game, I mean, that's a real thing. That's definitely weird. And this guy is a side quest. I don't really know what to say about him. It's definitely an interesting one. But yeah, this game definitely, it's not like a lot of games that you would play. It's not a normal game that you'd pick up. It's definitely got some quirkiness to it. It's definitely got a lot of personality. But for me, it didn't quite cut it. And that's why I wouldn't recommend not buying it for $14.99 for the amount of gameplay you can get from this game. If you've ever played any of these games before and you like them, pick it up and give it a go. I'm sure you'll have fun, and for the price, it's definitely worth it, especially if you're waiting for Like a Dragon to come out. But it really only gets a 6 out of 10 for me. You know, which is an okay score. I mean, don't get me wrong, the sound of this game is nice, the visuals of this game is nice. Did I enjoy myself playing this game? Yes, of course I did. But it's lacking, and I think that hopefully Like a Dragon will fix some of the flaws that I've found in this game. You know, I mean, the character when you're walking around, it's very clunky. You bump into a lot, it's very awkward. But it did give you a real Japanese feeling, you know, when you were walking through, and how chaotic the shops were and vending machines everywhere. You know, it was very cool, and I did enjoy walking around the streets and discovering new things, and you know, all of the crazy side quests that you can bump into, and the little mini games too, and of course the constant fights roaming the streets from all the gangs. You know, it was fun as well. So I have been TheMonk. This has been the Critically Clueless. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Like I said, a 6 out of 10 for me, but for the price, it's definitely worth a buy and definitely worth a play. So I'll catch you again soon with more videos on the way.
ったく時間食っちまった。